Good morning, Doctors Erin and Ben Schroeder. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thanks for having us. Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. Real-life veterinarians, real-life husband and wife, and stars of Heartland Docs DVM. Coming back for a third season Saturday on Nat Geo and then Wednesday over on Disney+. I'm really excited to talk to you. How are things in Nebraska?
Very warm, actually. We're finally out of the wind. Thank you.
Right?
Not windy today.
Amen. So you guys met in K-State. Go Wildcats.
Yes.
Erin.
We actually. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. You first.
Well, I was going to say we met at a country bar dancing. What was the name of the song? It was like when it first came out. Gary Allen's "Right Where I Need to Be."
Oh.
And so I know you're on a country station, so
You can play that next month.
yeah,
Okay.
that is our wedding song. That's
Nice.
what we got married to.
Okay. In honor of you, I'll sneak that in.
All right, awesome. Thank you. I've never requested a song on a radio station.
long time listener, first time caller.
That's right.
So I got to ask, Erin. It says you're from a small town in upstate New York. This is a curiosity question, only because I've lived in a small town in upstate New York. It's not Hebron, New York, is it?
No, I'm in Westport, but I have heard of Hebron, New York.
Yeah, real tiny town. I worked on a dairy farm there in my freshman year in high school, and
oh my gosh, small world.
Yeah.
Well, that's really cool.
okay.
So your question is probably how did I end up here?
Well, no, I mean, look, we all take our path. How did I end up in Kansas? I mean, I grew up in Maine, so I mean, look, we all have our paths, right?
Yes, for sure.
All right, so I'm going to guess the number has gone up since last season, but how many animals do you guys actually own?
I'm just laughing at that question because it changes daily.
Right, okay.
I don't know if I want to admit to this on like a
Well, we have 3 dogs right now.
Okay.
We have 4 cats,
4 cats.
2 horses.
Yep. And then we have 2 clinic cats. That I think is it for now that I'm willing to let Ben know that it's here.
Right. For now, I think someone has
For now.
I think someone has a habit. I'm just saying. I've seen the show.
Yeah,
I think someone has a habit.
It's a great habit.
I'm like a hoarder. I'm just a pick off from packing animals in.
It's okay.
It is. I love them.
You don't have to. Do not have to apologize for it. All right, some real talk here. What animals do you hate working with the most? I mean, let's be honest. Like, you know this animal's coming in and you flip for it.
I think a mule that may have to have a blood draw. Have you ever been around a mule? Because they can kick you from any direction.
No,
that is my least favorite.
But when I was younger, I knew of a donkey in the stable I worked at that would drink beer. But that's another story entirely.
I agree with Ben. That's a really true one. I think any giant dog that doesn't have good sit training on a flexible, like a flexi lead.
Right.
Those things all should be burned in a pile. Like, those are the worst things to ever because it's just like it's wrapped around my legs, the table. It's a hot mess.
Okay, all right. My wife and I have 3 dogs, 3 cats. There's a lot of bedding, as you can imagine. So how often, this time of year, like we like to call it mud season, how often should we be washing the bedding for the cats and the dogs?
Well, if it gets muddy, I would say as needed.
Okay.
And always use like a hypoallergenic detergent, because some dogs and cats can be very allergic to some of the different perfumes and things in the detergent. But like Erin said, if it's just a princess poodle that hardly ever gets dirty, I wouldn't wash it that often, maybe every month or 6 weeks.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Our house, between our 2 teenage boys and all of the animals that we have trucking in and out, it's just like a continuous cycle.
Okay.
Like, all right, now it's time to go back in. Yeah.
Real talk, Mom and Dad. What smells more, your pets or your teenage boys?
Boys. 100%.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Football season in our house was disgusting.
Okay.
It was so. I'm like, you never bring your football pads in the house again. I just put them out the front door. It was a little rednecky. I'm like, all your football stuff, I just threw it out the front door. I was like, I can't handle it.
Yeah, and as a dad, I used to be the stinky one. I'm not even a close second at this point.
Nice. All the heat's off you, Dad. No one's paying attention to you, right?
Oh yeah.
That's funny. Okay, so gardening, doing a lot of gardening. My wife and I getting ready to plant some stuff this weekend. So as we're planting things in the ground, what should we avoid when it comes to like our outdoor cats and our dogs?
Oh, gosh. Well, most of the veggies and things that I'm thinking of that would be pretty common aren't huge worries, but I think if you have a dog that's a digger or a cat that's a sampler, making sure that, because again, there's so many different things that we can all plant in the garden,
right.
Is making sure that you have, either a raised garden or some sort of fencing around it, not just for the pets, but also for wildlife, because it's so much work to do a garden. And then when little bunny foo-foo comes through and chomps on all your plants, it's frustrating. But that I would definitely, recommend making sure that you keep the pets away from the plants that you're growing. I think probably more flowers, like lilies and things like that, are potentially more toxic to pets. But I don't have a very green thumb, so.
No, you're talking to the person that if she plants something, it's going to die.
Oh, okay, all right.
Erin is not a green thumb at all, but because of the watering aspect, she's too busy for that.
Hey, look, we all have our strengths. We all have our strengths, right? She's probably too busy to water because she's shopping online. Erin, I need you to answer this question honestly now. How many personal packages a day come to your front door?
Oh, my gosh. Is this a planted question? I love this.
How many pets do you really have? I don't know. I'm keeping a secret. I would say one.
You are
large
lying.
one.
Oh, yeah.
2 or 3 small ones. I didn't like going to buy toilet paper and paper towels because it's like a nuisance and stuff that's heavy and I'm busy. So yeah, there's a few. There's a few.
All right. Hey, look.
Again, you're calling out on my secrets here.
I don't want you to feel attacked. I just had to ask because my wife also has. It's a normal day at my house is at least 2 or 3 packages a day on my front step, and I don't get it.
The dogs no longer bark when the UPS and the FedEx guys show up.
No, I get that. Yeah, for sure. So
they're like considered family.
Yep, I'm curious. When it comes to fleas and ticks, what works better, collars or that oil you streak down their backs?
Ooh, well, there's also oral meds. So I'm a big proponent of, because there's so many amazing products, and then there's some that have been around for a while that don't work as well because we're seeing the little fleas and ticks are developing some resistances to them. So on this one, I definitely recommend talking to your vet because if your dog goes outside a lot, if they swim a lot, there's going to be different recommendations based upon your pet's lifestyle and what you do if you're out in the woods versus if you're in a treated yard.
Got it.
And if you want heartworm, if you don't want it with it, and dewormers and all that. So definitely one that should be customized to your particular pet. And it might even be different between pets in your household.
Okay, that's fair.
I want to answer that, too.
Go ahead.
I want to say use something. Yeah. Some people just kind of forget about that part, and parasites are everywhere, so use something. Yeah,
for the sake and the health of the animal, definitely, and for your family, too. So
exactly.
All right, so let's get into Season 3. No spoilers, but give me some highlights of what we can expect to keep us coming back for more for Season 3.
Well, Erin thinks that we're getting a little bit up in our years and a little bit out of shape, so we go to the personal trainer.
That's a habit. Let's tell how embarrassing that is when they actually release your waist measurements on international television. That is embarrassing.
It's the price you pay, Erin. It's the price you pay.
It was horrible, and I was I don't know what camera angle they used, but it showed all of the crinkles and bumps. I was like, oh no, this is not good. But it is funny, and it's probably very relatable to a lot of people because life happens.
Yep, absolutely. Now I love that transparency. I think that's important for people to become emotionally invested in you as characters.
We have a T-shirt up here that says "Based on a True Story," and I feel like we're very much based on a true story.
Yeah.
And we get to see a lot of emergencies this year, a lot of really critical stuff that is. There's the soft fuzzies and there's some sad ones, but for sure we see a lot of emergencies. That I don't know what was going on or how it all happened, but there's lots of stuff out of the clinic, in the clinic that was pretty critical.
Sure.
So.
Ben, I love your take on wildlife. You say it's an obligation, doesn't really pay the bills, but it's an obligation. What's the wildest animal you have taken care of?
Oh, boy. Bald eagle, for sure. I love that species. I love all raptors. And we get to go to a really fun place here in Nebraska that does some rehab on raptors and vaccinate them all with our boys.
Nice.
And that is a fun, cool episode. I believe it's like right away, the first episode coming out. So raptors have got to be my favorite. I also love, the deer.
Okay.
Whenever there's a baby fawn or something that comes in, that's my favorite too.
Nice. All right, I'm going to push my limits here because I realize we're short on time, but I have to ask this question. When a cat presents you with a dead mouse or a dead bird, what are they actually doing when they present that to you?
Just happened at our house this morning.
Yes, I do believe it is an offering as a thank you and for being part of my family, and here I'm providing for you.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure that is the note that my cat left next to the dead mouse.
A little Post-it note. P.S. Since you're such since you're such a terrible hunter, here, let me help.
Yes, it is. It was like, clearly you can't take care of yourself. There's this guy that's bringing packages every day. So here.
Very nice. All right, Doctors Erin and Ben Schroeder, really great talking with you. Veterinarians, it is Heartland Docs DVM. Third season starts Saturday Nat Geo, Wednesday Disney Plus. Do not miss it. Add it to your list to watch. And we appreciate your time and thank you for taking care of the animals.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.